I was an intern at City Hospital the night they brought the little boy in. I can still see him lying on the stretcher with his little freckled face so pale and thin. After they had finished their examination and took him upstairs to an empty room, we learned the little fella had leukemia, and just a few short days would seal his doom. He quickly won the hearts of all the doctors, including me. And when I asked him what's the one thing he'd like to have the most, he said, "Doc, I'd like to have a Christmas tree." He said, "I guess you know I'm an orphan. Ain't ever had no family or no home. But I've seen them trees through other people's windows, and I've always wanted one for my very own." Well, the fact that it was July didn't bother me. I went out and cut the prettiest little pine that could be found. The nurses tended to the decorating, and we all wrapped little gifts to pile around. Then we rolled it on a table to his bedside, and it seemed the light of heaven filled the place. He reached out a trembling hand to touch the branches, and a tear began to trickle down his face. He said, "I know Christmas celebrates the birth of Jesus, and I know how he gave his life for me. So when it comes my time to go to heaven, I want to take my Lord a Christmas tree." I turned away to keep my tears from showing, and I saw many of the nurses turning too. Then he asked us if we'd sing some Christmas carols. And you'll never know how hard that was to do. 'Twas an hour long to be remembered, and a happier day you couldn't find anywhere. We finally got him settled for the evening, and one by one we left him sleeping there. It was after midnight when I got off duty, and as usual I looked in on the child. And even though the room was dimly lighted, I could still see on his face that happy smile. I started to the bed to smooth the covers when I saw something I'd never seen before. The needles of the pine had all turned brown and fallen off, and the branches were drooping toward the floor. I'd only cut that tree that afternoon, and I'd never seen one die in just one day. Then as I turned my eyes back to his bedside, I saw the little boy had slipped away. But there was the deepest feeling of contentment and a peace that only comes from heaven's shore. And it seems I heard an angel chorus singing of a gift the Lord would treasure evermore. And then I knew that I was seeing something that wasn't meant for mortal eyes to see. For in one little lifeless hand the child was holding a branch of the dying Christmas tree.
Sleep in heavenly peace.
Sleep in heavenly peace.
I'm gonna walk the streets of gold. I'm on my way to a holy land. I'm gonna sit on the right of my Jesus. I'm gonna talk with friends of old. I'm on my way to a holy land. Don't you hear that train a-coming? Can't you hear me softly humming? I'm gonna lay down all of these burdens by and by. I've done made my preparation. I'm going to a holy nation. I got my ticket to the sky. I'm going to see all the Hebrew children when I get beyond the blue. I'm on my way to a holy land. I'm going to see old Paul and Silas, Abraham and old Matthew. I'm on my way to a holy land. Don't you hear that train a-coming? Can't you hear me softly humming? I'm gonna lay down all of these burdens by and by. I've done made my preparation. I'm going to a holy nation. I got my ticket to the sky. Walk the streets of gold. I'm on my way to a holy land where all sorrow will be ended, no more grief will ever be known. I'm on my way to a holy land. Don't you hear that train a-coming? Can't you hear me softly humming? I'm gonna lay down all of these burdens by and by. I've done made my preparation. I'm going to a holy nation. I got my ticket things as we travel through life's shifting sands that transcends all the reason of man. But the things that matter the most in this world, they can never be held in our hand. I believe that this Christ who was slain on the cross has the power to change lives today. For he changed me completely. A new life is mine. That is why by the cross I will stay. I believe in a hill called Mount Calvary. I believe whatever the cost. And when time has surrendered and earth is no more, I'll still cling to the old rugged cross. And when time has surrendered and earth is no more, I'll still cling to the old rugged cross.
One of the most exciting men that can tell the funny story, and that's none other than Wendy Bagwell.
That's burning hair. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Great. All right. I'll tell you, we appreciate that more than you'll ever know. You know, for all these years that we've been singing around the country and around countries all over the world, I have people come up to me and they'll say, Wendy, where are you from? And I always tell them Smyrna, Georgia. And if they say anything at all, they'll usually ask me, where in the world is Smyrna, Georgia? Now I tell them it's about 100 miles north of Plains, Georgia. Oh, Jimmy done put us on the map. I tell you, I still don't believe it. You know, Georgia, for all these years, Georgia just kind of sit there separating Alabama and South Carolina. Then all at once, we got a peanut picker and a chicken plucker running for president. I didn't believe he could do it. If you're going to be taking pictures of me when I do this, if you would, I'd appreciate it if you'd get over here and get my good side. You see, whenever you first started coming across there, I thought you was old Jerri Kurtz who was singing news. You kind of favor Jerri, and he's bad to get my bad side. You notice where I kind of pull my hair down a little bit right in here. See that? It keeps my forehead from looking so high. Well, now that's my good side. If you look good, you'll notice that on this side, I look like I'm about 26 or 27 years old. Every time old Jerri Kurtz takes a picture of me and puts it in Singing News, he takes it on my bad side. And for 3 months after that, I have people come up to me and say, Wendy, have you been sick? See, on this side, I look like I've had about 4 heart attacks and sclerosis of the liver. Nobody ever told you look like Jerri Curtsy. But I'd be glad of that. Now I done forgot where I was. Anyway, I thought that the man was just a kid. I didn't believe that he could be President of the United States. But I wasn't by myself. I didn't believe it. Jan didn't believe it. Geraldine didn't believe it. Billy didn't believe it. And the ones that did believe it was Jimmy. I'm telling you, it's something else. I can see that White House now. Peanut hulls all over the carpet. Fly paper hanging from the chandelier. But if you're from South Georgia and you ain't got fly paper, you in a mess of troubles, you know that? All the good old boys parching peanuts in that kitchen, smelling all over Pennsylvania Avenue. I've been knowing old Jimmy Carter a long time. I tell you what, one time he sent me one of them little papers that has in a frame to go on my wall whenever he was governor. I forgot what you call it, but on there it says, whereas I, Jimmy Carter, and whereas Wendy Bagwell and the Sunliters. I think you call it a whereas. And you know, did you ever stop to think, now there old Jimmy is, he's a Georgia boy, I'm a Georgia boy. Now I know that old Jimmy has got more money than I got. And I know that he's got more education than I got. He's even got more teeth than I got. But now you just stop to think about it. Jimmy's daddy was a farmer. My daddy was a farmer. Jimmy's daddy raised peanuts. My daddy raised cotton. Did you ever stop to think that if my daddy had left that cotton alone and concentrated a little bit more on them peanuts, I might be the President of the United States right now. Somebody told me they was going to change the name of the White House to the Nut House. And the famous Rose Garden going to be the Peanut Patch. I just hope and pray that them nuts in Washington can keep the rest of the nuts from the rest of this world off our backs for at least 200 more years. That's what I hope. Whoever's up there. But I have a lot of folks, you know, since I'm from Georgia, I have a lot of folks say, do you really know Jimmy Carter? I've been knowing Jimmy Carter for a long, long time. I knew Jimmy Carter back whenever he had that fire down at his place. Started in the bathroom. We is almighty thankful it never did reach the house. Well, I see y'all been down that path. I can hear old Jimmy now. Send one more load of peanuts, Billy. I believe we had a stage. And while you at it, send about 4 boxes of grits. And a couple of more Sears Roebuck catalogs. They ain't got nothing to read up there.
Yesterday's valley was dark and oh so low. I thought the time had surely touched me. He's blessed us o'er and o'er. And I can't wait to see my Lord. I'm gonna touch him come the dawning. And I can't wait to touch the Lord, to hold his hand on that final morn. And I can't wait to touch the Lord, 'cause he's touched me many times before. 'Cause he's touched me many times I may not have fortune, and I may not have fame, but when he opens his book, he'll find my name. And perhaps by nature you'll beat me there, but you can't crown Jesus until I get there. On that coronation day, in that land far away, the marriage supper with the angels we will share. But there's one thing I'm sure, and I know they can't do. They can't crown our Savior until we get there. You may be very young, or you may be old. You may have to die out in the rain and cold. But remember, someday heaven's glory will share, for they can't crown our Savior until we get there. On that coronation day, in that land far away, the marriage supper with the angels we will share. But there's one thing I'm sure, and I know they can't do. They can't crown our Savior. No, they can't crown our Savior. They can't crown our Savior until we get there. There's a light in the window, a table spread in splendor, someone standing by an open door. I can see a crystal river, so I must be near forever. And I've never been this homesick before. See the bright light shine, it's just about home time. I can see my father standing at the door. This world's been a wilderness, and I'm ready for deliverance, 'cause I've never been this homesick before. I can see the family gathered, sweet faces all familiar, and no one's old or feeble anymore. This lonesome heart is crying, think I'll spread my wings for flying. Lord, I've never been this homesick before. See the bright light shine, it's just about home time. I can see my father standing at the door. This world's been a wilderness, I'm ready for deliverance. Lord, I've never been this homesick before. Lord, I've never been this homesick before. A bell rang out one Sunday morn, 'twas not so long ago. It told the people of the town, it's time for church, now go. The people of the town had strayed far from the rules of gold. They went their way, they did their thing, but now the bell did toll.
It rang so clear, the sleeping ones who'd gone to bed too late awoke and wondered who had broke the steel and padlock gate. Inside the church of Ashen gray, a farmer stored his corn, and at night the wind would blow and sigh, and oh, how that steeple mourned. Do you not know I made you great, blessed you 10,000 o'er? I'm angry now, the steeple mourned. Corn in my house you've stored. But the bell rang out that Sunday morn, and the sleepers could not sleep. And 1,000 came to church that day and saw the corn a heap. So they broke down the gate, and they threw out the corn, and cleared the floor to pray. And the love of God shone down so clear on the church of Ashen grave.
Now they wondered not why the church bell rang, while the people prayed and sang. For they all knew, but no one saw, who made the church bell ring. Now they wondered
not why the church bell rang, why the people prayed and sang. For they all knew, but no one saw, who made the church bell ring.